Japan has gone over to ask a question, but didn't get any change out of Zaghi Masood from Iran, the number 1 referee. China to serve. They got it back. They had to push it back, but now the Chinese can hustle it, and they can. They don't need to. The number 11 came straight in, Ran Tao-Shi, and just boxed it down the middle. And straight away, the Japanese coach has taken a timeout. And there's only, 3 points on the board. The Japanese coach getting a little bit upset with the performance of the team. He thinks they're not keeping their eye on the ball, not concentrating enough. China with a 3-point lead, and now they can serve through their captain, Yu Chen-yu. Japanese set it. They set it for the hitter on the right side hitter, and the blocks are there. And Matsuoka, powerful lad that he is, just see his shot being blocked, and he was a little bit upset about it. He thought it was going to be a killer of a spike. And that one gone off the net as well, but the Japanese get a point through their number 17, Oshaya. It goes to the service line. Picked up by Shi. They're going to get it back. Blocked, smacked, and it was smacked down by the number 11, Shi, and it went off the hands of the Japanese player. China again. Way too quick starts in these sets. 5-1 they now lead, and that one is just a bit too long. So they've given a point back, so to speak. The setter comes in, Bo. He's going to come in, and out goes Sagawa. Service for Japan. They trail 2-5. This is the left-hander. I'll tell you what, his service is a real blockbuster, so much so that he just knocked that big man, Ran Tao-Shi, off his feet. Just knocked him over. It's like playing skittles in the fun fair. Throw the ball and knock something over. Well, this man here, Matsuoka, can do that. Here he goes again. This time who's at the receiving end? Now he goes soft this time. But the number 10 for the Chinese team can do a nice piece of setting. Yu sets it up, and the in-running player puts it away. In-running number 1, Zhong. And that one is going to go to Japan. Went off the blockers of the Chinese team. 4-6. Recovered. Set. Gone off the blocks again. So since he has come into the action, Matsuoka, he's made a difference as far as the Japanese side are concerned. There's the coach. He'd be pretty happy. Oh, good killer hit by the Chinese number 8, Xu. China 7-5. This is Yu with the service, but a bit too long. And did it just miss by about 3 inches? Japan with the serve. Good point for you. And we get to the technical timeout with China out by 8 points to 6. Both coaches now getting an opportunity to talk to their players at the first technical timeout, and is the Japanese coach. All the players can have a say as well, but mostly as far as the Japanese team are concerned, they're just hearing from their coach, and the number 4 blocks them when they get into the huddle. Bloxham hasn't taken part here so far. He's the number 4. I do notice that he has an ice pack on his left ankle. No, sorry, yes, it's his right ankle. The way he was looking at me down there and I was looking at him, it is his right ankle. He also has a bandage on his left knee. So he's been in the wars. That one gone off the hands, and it is the danger man for Japan, Matsuoka. Seven, 8. Japan with the serve. Oi. Can they get it back? Yes, they did. Fisted one hand. Now the middle hitter. Oh, the corridor was opened up for him, and he was able to put it away. 8 points each. Otaki. Eight all. I wondered, did that just catch a slight bit of the cord of the net, because it seemed to have deceived the number 11, Shi. And the timeout called by the Chinese coach. Way to our right. There he is in the middle there with the small gentleman right there, short gentleman. There he is. You can pick him out because there's 3 officials in there. There's 3 other coaches there. There's the team manager, Yuan Lai. And there's the assistant coach, Hao Liu. The doctor is also there, Kai Yung. And they have 1 or 2 other officials down there with them. Japan with the serve. And Japan out by 9 points to 8. Loaded too long. Well read, well left. This is the number 9 for China, Young Bo Lai. Blocks were there for China, but not good enough. And it is Japan out by 10 points to 9. Just take a look at it there, the blocks, and just flew off the hands. Nobody behind to pick up the piece. Good put away by the number 11 for China, Rong Tao Shi. Service to come from China, from Yu. Set. And this time they go to the right side hitter, the number 6. There's the second table over there by the officials, just checking on one or two things. Here's the serve. Ooh, a bit too long. $11 points each, all tied up. Oh, good spike. Nice piece of setting. And it was set pretty well. Then you see Lee and the number 9, Taksui. There's the number 1 for China. Zheng. Good recovery set by the Chinese, but too near the net. Couldn't get a shot at it. Now Kawaguchi sets it up for the Japanese, but this time the Chinese players are there, but it goes off court. Yes, the block was there, but they couldn't keep it on court. So we're all tied up at 12 points each. It's 2-1 to China on sets. But here in the fourth set, it's level pegging. And Kawaguchi is able to get that one, rescued it, put back up in the air, but blocked. And blocked off court again by the Chinese players. And the point goes to Japan. They lead 13-12. Back on the service line for Japan, Matsuoko. Block, they can keep it up, they can push it back, and they've pushed it back way high. Set by Shi and put away by the number 1. Zheng got a hold of that one. There's the set, there's the spike by Zheng. Flicked over. That one wasn't touched. Point going to Japan. 14-13. Serve again. Base side hitter, the number 2. Gunwei Yu. Goes back to the service line. 14 all. Good service picked up by Kawaguchi. Blocked and put back, but it hit the net. Point going to go to China. 15-14. Service for China going to come from Gongwei Yu. Good piece of blocking by the little man Kawaguchi, and then the set pretty nice and easy and relaxed. And that's the man that looks very relaxed out on the court at the moment. Went a bit too long and it came down on the Japanese side, and we get to the second technical timeout with China leading by 16 points to 15. So it is the closest set we've had so far. But for those of you just joining us late, we are watching the battle between China and Japan for 5th and 6th place. coach for Japan talking to them. Also the coach for the Chinese side, Zhong Zhenjin. Having his few words. The last person to go out, the number 8, Yuan. Service to come from Shu. Cheeked over the net into open space. Good point. Good point for Japan from their number 17, Hoshaya. Oh, gets the service touch. Wanted to keep it low. He wanted to put pressure on the Chinese team, but unfortunately just cut it a bit fine. 16-17 as Japan prepared to serve. This is their number 9, Tezuka. Good point. Japan tie it all up. 17 points each. Now their number 1 goes to the service line, Ishihara. Good point. Oh, that was well hit. Powerful hit. 18-17 to China. The Japanese have definitely lifted. The Chinese decide they'll have to lift as well. So blocked, half blocked, put back again by the Chinese. They go to the man on the outside. Oh yes, it was the man in the middle all the time they were aiming for. Their number 1. He actually has a bad leg, and you'll see that he might sit down and have a rest. But the timeout is called by the Japanese coach, so he's not happy. Well, they're saying we're together, we're together. They have to be together, even though they're putting up a better performance in this, the third set they did in the first 2. Service for the team from China. There's their number 10. Collected, set again. Put away by the Japanese. And they're making a change. They're taking out the number 6, a real danger, Matsuoko, and they're putting in the number 5. It's very, very good. Good changes. They're ringing around. This has kind of worried the opposition. Can recover. The Japanese can recover. They have a chance to get the shot. It's too near the net. Blocked. Gone off the Chinese players. And the timeout called by the Chinese coach. I was just looking down there, waiting for them. And I saw his hand reach back to the bell, or the buzzer if you like. Getting all the people at home in Japan getting an insight into what the coach is actually telling the team, what they have to do to get back into this. They trail by 1 set, 2 sets to 1 in favor of China. It was nicely set up, nicely put away. Change for the Japanese side, and number 5 has come out, and the number 6 has gone back in. Matsuoka. $20 points each. Here's the man with the dynamite in his left hand, Matsuoka, Yutei Matsuoka. That's gone off of hands. Onto the west side hitter, the number 2, Yu. China 21-20 is their number 1. Blocked again. Blocked by the number 9 for China, Liu. Service to come from China. 22-20. August spike. Nicely set up by O. And put away by the number 9. And you have the change where the number 1 for Japan is coming out, Ishihara. And gone into the action. The number 17, Hoshaya. That one went off the hands of the Japanese, and it's taken China out to a 23-21. They're taking out the number 10 for Japan and putting in the number 2. Sagawa has gone in, and the Chinese are making changes as well. The number 2 comes out, and the number 4 is gone in. The number 4, Zhu. And they've also taken out the number 11, Ran Taoshi. So they have 9 and 8, the Libra, and the man with the serve, the number 4. Clicked on, blocked, and blocked off. And that's a point to Japan, blocked off the court. 22-23, the number 16 to serve for Japan, Haku Lee. It's the Japanese coach shouting encouragement to his players. Well, the Chinese are rushing it a little bit. And that was Zhu, Zhen Shu. And we're tied up again at 23 points each. Japan to serve. 23 each. Goes long, collected, set. Oh yes, killer of a set. Brilliantly put away by the number 8, Shu. Takes them to 24-23, and this is match point. Service for China. Japan have to do something with this. It's gone off the hands. Set again for China. Goes in the air, and that's it. It's gone off court. And it is the celebrations. And if you had a long shot, you'll see how the Chinese team are down there celebrating. You think they had won the World Cup.